Hello everyone and welcome back to this crypto news and technical analysis update on multiple cryptocurrencies including Bitcoin and Ethereum. In the last couple of hours we had a quite big pump, so today we're going to discuss about what are my next price targets and take profit targets both for Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're going to check the liquidation prices, and also we're going to talk about important news on the cryptocurrency market. So as always, make sure to smash up the like button here down below. Make sure to turn on all the notifications for emergency update videos, and also make sure to follow me on Twitter here down below, and make sure to use my Bybit affiliate link to get first of all a $500 position drop, which if you lose that money is not a problem because it's given for you for free only by using my link here down below. I'm gonna discuss also why is this important, because in a couple of days we might reach a new all-time high for Bitcoin, so this might be a very good opportunity to jump into a free position given from you by Bybit, and you also have up to $30,000 in deposit bonuses by using my link here down below. So let's dive straight into today's analysis. So as you can see here, Bitcoin has pumped from the low here to the top more than 8%, which is very good. I told you in the previous video that this low here was a very good liquidity point, which we perfectly grabbed, as you can see here, and we started to pump higher. So I've entered my Bitcoin long position right down here at 99.5 actually. Yes, around this low. This is my entry point. So that was my long position and entry point. Bitcoin tested this upward trend line, creating higher lows, as you can see here, and also higher highs, which means we are in a bullish trend, as I told you in the previous video also. If we started to create some kind of higher lows and higher highs, we would see a potential move towards the upside, and this is exactly what we did. So what are my next take profit targets? So before we dive straight into that, we also broke this resistance line, as you can see here, and we also broke this long-term resistance line from the previous all-time high, which is very good, because if we consider them as targets, we might take the height of the triangle. This would take us around 100, around the all-time high, as you can see here, around $110,000, which is almost near the all-time high, which we have a lot of liquidity standing there, as you can see here. First of all, at $107,000 we had a lot of liquidity, so the Bitcoin price might grab the liquidity and then retrace a bit below. Or let's see on the monthly chart. Well, not maybe on the monthly. On the all-time high, maybe we do not have a lot of liquidity at the current moment in time. No, we do not. But at $107,000, we have a lot of liquidity standing here, and actually a bit also at the all-time high, as you can see here. But most of the liquidity is located around $107,000 per Bitcoin, which might be one of the first price targets, though we have to consider that our first price target should be considered using the Fibonacci retracement tool from the low to this high. We can see that our first take profit target had to be the golden pocket, which I also took some profit around here. Golden pocket has been touched here, and in fact I took some profits here. Then we also starting to pump towards the upside. I'm gonna show you in 1 second. We continued higher. We also tested back the 78.6 retracement, which we also hit. This was a second take profit target for my position from here down below. And if we consider the Fibonacci retracement tool from the low to the previous all-time high, we can see, let me remove this so it is easier to see. We can see here that also this zone particularly is very important, because we are hitting both very important level, because this is the golden pocket, and based on the previous retracements it is also coinciding with the 78.6 level, which is very great important level because both Fibonacci retracements level coincides together. So this is maybe my first targets, these rectangles right here. If we continue higher, we're gonna continue first of all towards this high, which is a very important liquidity point, as I showed you before right here. It is a very important liquidity point, so we might go back up here and then potentially grab the liquidity and then continue lower potentially, or retest here, or we potentially retest this support. Well, it was resistance, now it's support. We retest it back, potentially we have some kind of bullish confirmation that this is a bullish level and we won't break lower and potentially continue higher. So this might be the scenario for Bitcoin. We might go up, grab the liquidity, retrace down or around this level or around this level right here, and then potentially continue higher towards an all-time high. After this, we might have another point of liquidity, which is of course the previous all-time high. So my next main price targets are gonna be this zone here and this zone right here. So be on the lookout for those important zones, and of course take profit because we might reject very heavily here. Let's now go on Ethereum. On Ethereum, we also broke out from this resistance point, and we are now testing the other resistance point, which is a very big resistance point, because as you can see here, we had one touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch almost, and now we're potentially having a fifth touch. So if we have a lot of volume, we might break towards it. Of course, never enter a long position right here. Never enter wrong position right here because you might always get wrecked. We have a lot of resistance point. We might of course drop below. As always, you have to enter a wrong position at support, which I did here. And of course, Ethereum is performing a little less than Bitcoin at the current moment in time, but in a couple of months or weeks, we should see Ethereum outperform Bitcoin. So I've entered long position on the support zone right here, and I'm holding it for a long term, though I'm still taking partial profits because Ethereum could still continue a bit lower and potentially retest the support zone of this symmetrical triangle. So my first take profit target for Ethereum, of course, is this first triangle, as you can see, first rectangle around this zone here, because it is coinciding, of course, with the Fibonacci retracement, which is perfectly coinciding with the golden pocket, as you can see here. And if we consider, and of course, second take profit target is going to be the 78.6 retracement tool, which coincides with this high right here. I'm going to show you this high right here, as you can see here. So Ethereum might continue higher. If we do not see any rejection here, we might continue higher, take this liquidity and potentially a bit go back, retest, and then potentially continue higher towards my second high, which is also a liquidity, very important liquidity point I'm going to show you right now. As you can see here, we have a lot of liquidity around $3.4 thousand per Ethereum, and this is exactly the point where we might grab liquidity and reject, because this is a very important liquidity zone, which of course when hit might reverse towards the downside and potentially or get back here and potentially continue higher, or potentially we got back here and then potentially continue higher. So these are the possibilities for Ethereum, so be on the lookout, and of course take partial profits when we go up, because taking profits never hurts. It's always important to take profits because the market can always reverse and potentially go here, and then we may create a lower low. I don't believe this is going to happen because we're in a bullish trend. We have based on historical patterns, Ethereum should outperform Bitcoin in the next couple of weeks or 1 month around. So I don't think it's gonna happen, but slowly but steadily we should take partial profits along the way when we go up. So these are my first price targets. I'm going to show you again. First price target, we are hitting it right now around this resistance. So first price target. Second price target is going to be here, this zone here around this high. Third price target is going to be here, and then if we continue higher, of course, I'm going to update you in the next videos about what are the next potential price targets for Ethereum. So make sure to subscribe to do not miss any of these important technical analysis updates. So this is my points. What are the final price targets per Ethereum? Might be the height of this triangle, which is around, the price target is around the previous all-time high, of course, for Ethereum. So this is my ultimate last point. This is my target for this symmetrical triangle. If we have a breakout towards the upside here with a daily candle close confirmation above it, then we might continue towards the all-time high and then potentially continue actually a new all-time high for Ethereum, though we still need to see some kind of Bitcoin dominance dropping lower to potentially see a new all-time high for Ethereum. So this is my prediction for Ethereum. Let's now continue on the news. As you can see here, yesterday we had FOMC, which officially announced that the US interest rates remain between 4.25% to 4.50%, and I'm going to tell you what Jerome Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, said about cryptocurrency. So make sure to listen to that.
Really is to look at our role with Bitcoin really is to look at, with crypto, really is to look at the banks, and you know, we think it's, you know, banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks, and it's safe and sound. As many of our, a good number of our banks that we regulate and supervise do that. You know, the threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in our
so this is very, very bullish, because compared to the previous FOMC conference, Jerome Powell was very bearish on altcoins, on Bitcoin, sorry. He was very, very bearish, and this time of the year in January, he flipped bullish, which means is extremely bullish because we might actually get a Bitcoin strategic reserve for the United States. As you know, Trump launched a crypto stockpile, no, a digital assets stockpile reserve for the United States, though it's not specifically Bitcoin, it's in general all the cryptocurrencies that which he believes are important, and mainly American cryptocurrencies, mainly altcoins, of course. And Bitcoin, though, if we would have Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, it would be the best, because Bitcoin, of course, is the king, is the safest cryptocurrency, which has a lot of history. So this is very, very bullish what Jerome Powell said, because he flipped from bearish to bullish towards the cryptocurrency market, which is very, very good. Though what is not bullish is that the president of the European Central Bank said something bearish about the about Bitcoin. So listen to this.
Should or could include Bitcoin. On this matter that you referred to, and whether reserves of central bank should or could include coins, I think there's a view around the table of the Governing Council, and most likely the General Council as well, that reserves have to be liquid, that reserves have to be secure, that they have to be safe, that they should not be plagued by the suspicion of money laundering or other criminal activities. And as a result, I'm confident that reserves will not enter, that Bitcoins will not enter the reserves of any of the central banks of the General Council.
So, as you can see here, she was kind of bearish about the Bitcoins entering some kind of strategic reserve for the central banks in the European Union, though I think she is very stupid by saying that, because she will definitely regret it, because whenever, what if the United States actually creates a Bitcoin strategic reserve, And also the fact that already they're creating some kind of digital asset stockpile, it's very bullish. So if she's gonna start to see that it is successful for the United States, she's definitely gonna regret whatever she said in this press conference. I'm going to tell you that she will definitely regret it. So I wouldn't see it very bearish, because of course the European Central Bank does not have such big influence on the cryptocurrency market. Mainly the US banks and US government has more impact on the cryptocurrency market. So this of course should not impact the price of Bitcoin in the short term. But of course, if Bitcoin becomes some kind of strategic reserve for central banks, of course it's going to take a lot of liquidity flowing into the cryptocurrency market, which might pump the markets, because more liquidity, the more potential upsides, and of course the greater the market cap will be for Bitcoin. So this is kind of bearish, but I think at some point, whether the next president of the European Central Bank or whether she will realize that she's wrong and United States confirms that their digital stock asset pile is very successful, she will definitely regret this. So continuing with the news, USA unemployment claims fall to 207,000 from the 224,000 forecasted, which is very, very bullish, because the Federal Reserve is very strict and actually looking at the unemployment rate for potentially next policy changes about the interest rates. So the fact that we are going down, it's very, very good, because unemployment might lower soon and unemployment rate might drop, which is very, very good. And we also have the confirmation from the Czech Central Bank approves the Bitcoin strategic reserve, which is very amazing. Whatever just Christine Lagarde said about Bitcoins not entering the reserves of central banks in countries for the European Union. Well, of course, she was wrong, and Czech Republic put it in her face. They officially approved a Bitcoin strategic reserve, which is very, 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 very good. So this is amazing bullish news. I think in the next couple of months, we gonna skyrocket. Q1, Q2 is gonna be very bullish. Around the end of Q2, we might top out. And of course, Q3, Q4 might be the start, of course, unfortunately, of the bear market. But we still have around 6 months left of this bullish momentum. So make sure to buy Bitcoin. So as always, make sure to follow me on Twitter, because these news are are posted on the moment they are said. And make sure also to, again, like, subscribe, turn on all the notification. Make sure to use my Bybit affiliate link here down below to get up to $30,000 in bonus. Thank you again for your attention, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye from the Bitcoin Addict.